I've just received this great new wheelchair device. This product is it's a mat that sits under your wheelchair cushion, and it's made by Loop Plus. The mat has several different pressure sensors on it, and it just sits under your wheelchair cushion and it measures the pressure when you sit down. Around the back of the chair, there's a battery pack for the mat, and around the front, just here, there's a little charging device. To charge the mat, we've just got this nifty little cable that magnetically snaps into place. With the Loop Plus mat also comes an app, and you can see here that we have the 10 different pressure sensors that comes with the mat, and you can also see where most of my pressure is, which is in the darker areas. So if I lean forward on my chair, also the X in the middle, which is where most of my pressure is, that also moves forward, and you can see at the back the pressure on the dark blue areas has lightened off. So if I move slightly back again, it also moves back, and then if I go to the left, it also quickly jumps over to the left. So you can really see, where I'm putting the pressure, which I think is very important for people in wheelchairs, especially those with spinal injuries. And I know, it's a really big thing in terms of like in hospitals and stuff, because there can be a lot of different places that have issues with pressure sores. So just jumping over to another page on the app, you can see here, this is one of the summaries of yesterday that I did. So basically what we're going on here is you can see there's 16% and there's an orange line which says out of zone. And that just means that I wasn't sitting up straight in a nice position. So I was clearly putting 16% of the day, I may have been sitting slightly wonky, or I just didn't have a very good pressure. So being 16% is quite a small amount, so that's actually really quite good. Then we have the blue circle, 7 hours and 44 minutes. Now that means that I was just sitting in my chair as I am right now for 7 hours. And then of course you've got the 2 hours and 30 minutes, which is in green. And that was when I was actually actively pushing about. And the rest of the grey area is just when I'm not in my chair at all. So it's just really interesting to be able to see that, how much of the day that you are sitting in your chair, how much of it you've got really maintaining really good pressure, and also how much of the day you're, like on average of course, that you're actually pushing and you're active in your chair. Where this product is particularly helpful is I think for people who don't have very good pressure management. For example, people who don't have as much mobility as me, or they're more in the overweight category, or they have mental difficulties and they can't communicate, needing to be moved around as much. As part of ordering the Loop Plus mat, you do a quick little survey to determine what type of pressure that you're really wanting to measure and to track, and why you actually want the mat in the first place. So you can just select this, and then scrolling down you just put some of your information in, and then also selecting what type of disability or issue you have, so they can easily calibrate the mat and the app for exactly your type of needs and what's going to benefit you most. What I think Allied Health can really gain from this product is they can see exactly how their clients are going in terms of their pressure management, and especially if they're measuring someone up for a wheelchair cushion, they can see exactly what type of pressure management they're going to need, looking at how their pressure is going currently. Like all products, there's always disadvantages and advantages to them. Apart from the cost here, there's basically no disadvantages. All I could really point out is there's a very small amount of weight to it. For a person who's using an electric wheelchair, this is like no disadvantage whatsoever. But for an active wheelchair user like myself who's using a manual wheelchair, every little bit of weight weighs something. So when you know, picking your chair up and lifting it into your car yourself or pushing up a steep hill, you know, you can feel it. But other than that, I think this product is great. One of the really clever things Loop Plus has done, you don't have to straight up buy it. One of the options that they've given you is you can hire the mat or rent it out for 3 weeks and then give it straight back. But this can give you a really good idea what your pressure is just for a short period of time, and you might be able to rent out the mat for 3 weeks, you know, once or twice a year, just to get a sense of what your pressure is like without having to always have the mat and actually purchase one. And that's what I've done. The Loop Plus mat is made in Australia in Sydney, and depending on your circumstances, you might be able to get it under health insurance. So if you're an active wheelchair user and want to manage your pressure, Loop Plus might be for you.